Hello, and welcome to Draw With Me. I'm Danny Gregory, and it's Thursday, and we're going to get ready to do some drawings. I hope that you are as excited to do it as I am. We just saw a bunch of Charlie Chaplins that were pretty cool. Those are the Charlie Chaplins that we drew last week, and as is our tradition every week, we review the week before, check it out, see all the varieties. I love to see all the different ways that people interpret the same assignment, the same project, and that same photograph of Charlie Chaplin passed through brains and eyeballs around the world and came out of fingers around the world and landed on paper. So that is really cool, and never ceases to amaze me to see all the different interpretations. So thank you all for participating and for sharing your work. That is always really fun to see. So today is Earth Day, and we are going to be celebrating that in a minute, but I'm going to make a couple of announcements first, and then we will get on to doing some drawing. And but meanwhile, I need some fortification. That's better. All right, here we go. So first of all, I wanted to tell you about something exciting that is happening today, Thursday, April 22nd, and that is Q and Art Live, which is going to be happening tonight. And Q and Art Live is a traditional, it's a series that we've been doing for a while here on as part of Sketchbook School. It doesn't actually take place right here on YouTube. It takes place somewhere else, which you will find out about as soon as you signed up for Q and Art. It is a live webinar. It lasts for 90 minutes. And what we do is we bring in experts to talk about various subjects. So this is going to be tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific. So you have to enroll or register to sign up. You have to register to come to it live, but you can also register and not come to it live and therefore watch the recording, which we will make available to you, and you'll get to see all the comments and get to see what you didn't see live, but still learn an awful lot about it. So that is coming up. All you need to do is to go to bit.ly/QA plein air. So what is plein air? You're going to find out about that. It's really cool. Basically, plein air is what we've all been aching for over a year, which is to go out and draw and paint outside, to leave our burrows, pack up our gear, and get out there. So we're going to talk about what plein air is, and we're going to talk about urban sketching, and we're going to talk about plain old sitting at a cafe table and drawing kinds of art making. We're going to talk about all of that, and I have a couple of very knowledgeable guys to join me, but also we're there to not only talk to each other, but to talk to you and to answer any questions that you have about how do you get your gear together after it's been sitting and drying up in the closet for a year. How do you get your stuff together so you know that you're ready to hit the road? What's the best kinds of equipment to have? We're going to talk about watercolors, we're going to talk about pens, we're going to talk about brushes, we're going to talk about furniture. That's right, the furniture that you take along with you when you go out to do plein air. Folding chairs and easels and bags, and we're going to share the stuff that we use, and we're going to talk about all that. So that's going to be really cool, and that's tonight. So feel free to sign up. And this event is relatively complicated to put on, but it is free to you because it's sponsored by our friends at Winsor Newton. And I love Winsor Newton. I love their pens, I love their watercolors, their brushes, all kinds of stuff that they make. And we're going to be sitting pretty, enjoying the experience without having to buy tickets because of Winsor Newton. So thank you again to them. I also want to tell you about Rethink Your Inc, which is our next workshop that's coming up on May 8th with Derek Bacon who is a brilliant illustrator, artist, British, lives in Holland, and does things with ink that will blow your mind. I know you've been putting it off. You've been saying, I'm not sure if I understand fully what this is. That's why you need to go to bit.ly/rethinkdb, or go to our website, sketchbookschool.com, and look at the workshops. And you'll understand the techniques that Derek is going to teach us, which are techniques that he's devised that are, frankly, stuff I've never seen before. I've seen a lot of illustrators. I've seen a lot of artists work with different media. What he does with ink, with ballpoint pens, with fountain pen ink, it will blow your mind, and it will become a technique that you will use over and over again. We're going to be painting a still life with Derek, or drawing, painting, I'm not even sure what you call it. But that technique that you learn there will be something that you have in your arsenal for maybe doing plein air in the future. And even if you're just starting out, this is a very, very clear and straightforward workshop. Derek is an incredibly good explainer and teacher. And so if you are relatively new to drawing and painting, I still recommend this workshop to you. And if you are advanced and have been doing it for a while, you're going to learn techniques you never knew before. So it's definitely worth trying out and doing. So that is that. There is going to be a feedback session for the workshop. It's going to be on Sunday, the 9th. And of course, if you're a member of Spark, you get this workshop for free. If you're not a member of Spark, you will buy a ticket and enjoy the value of coming to this workshop. And if you're a member of my circle, which sounds more cultish than it actually is, you get to come to the workshop for free, and you get to come to the feedback session for free. So make sure you sign up for those things. All right. What else did I want to tell you about? Yes, big news. The big news is our friends at Hanamulla do all kinds of interesting things with paper. We've been talking to them about paper for years. I mean, I first encountered Hanamulla 4 or 5 years ago, maybe longer. They are a Germany-based paper manufacturer. They've been making paper for 500 years or so, and they are always doing interesting, innovative things with paper, with sketchbooks, and let me just get myself here in focus. And what I really like about Hanamulla is the quality of what they make is, I don't know, it just works with the way that I work. I'm always learning about new techniques. That's part of what we do on Draw With Me. We're always experimenting. And I find that as I've gotten more and more into Hanamulla paper, it's just become sort of my standard go-to. And Hanamulla's been, the folks there have been watching Draw With Me, and they said, you know what, we love Draw With Me. We want to get involved, and we want to give you new stuff that we're making. And we want to, give away stuff to your viewers. We want to give away stuff to me, so that I have stuff to work with, to use. I go through a lot of art supplies here, as I'm sure you do too. So they are going to be part of our programming in the future, just in terms of providing some materials and ideas and stuff like that, so, and expertise. So that's going to be really helpful. What did I want to show you? I want to show you this. Let me just go to here. Is this it? What I want to show you? No, that's not what. That's my teacup. That's nothing to do with it. That is something completely different. All right, here we go. So Hanamulla, one of the things that they just sent me was this special thing that just seemed really appropriate for Earth Day. They brought out this new kind of paper that is environmentally friendly fibers. So I don't know if you know what paper is normally made out of, but sometimes it's it's not necessarily as good for the earth as this stuff. It's really interesting, and it's brand new. Nobody's ever been making this kind of stuff before. They're making paper out of all these interesting materials. So agave, right? Normally you make tequila out of agave, but they're making paper out of a watercolor paper, hemp sketch paper, bamboo mixed media paper, and bamboo sketchbooks. So what this is, they sent me some examples of this, and they're going to send me some full-on. This is just like a tease because they just literally it's just being shipped to the United States. But this is a sample of it. This is watercolor paper, and it's made out of agave. It is vegan for those of you who are vegans and concerned about the planet. It's natural white paper with cold pressed homogeneous surface texture. But you can, it feels really interesting. It's soft and kind of smooth. So I'm looking forward to actually getting some of this to try out. This is thinner paper. It's sketching paper, but it's made from hemp. Hemp is now legal in Arizona. So you can get that. I'm sure hemp is legal everywhere, and this is made out of bamboo. I don't really fully understand it. I need to learn a bit more about it. This is 90% bamboo fiber. So it's a nice thick, it's a mixed media paper. It's a bit heavy. And then they make also a sketch paper that's bamboo. It's got some, what is the weight of this? It is, I'm not sure. I have to do some more research on that. But they also make sketchbooks out of this stuff. So that's pretty cool. It is something new to try out. It seems really appropriate for Earth Day. So I'm looking forward to that. I think I'm going to get some next week. So I'm actually going to be trying that out. So that's pretty cool. All right. What else? I wanted to talk about, do you remember last week not you were here doing your job. I was here screwing things up when it came to showing all the wonderful letters that people had sent to me. A few weeks ago, we did a whole session about just how cool it is to make like a really ornate letter, handmade letters in a day when, we're all texting each other. How nice it is to sit down and actually make a letter. So a lot of people sent me letters, and I actually am going to be picking one out. I'm going to be picking one out to give a little present to randomly. I never do giveaways based on quote unquote the best, because they're all great. And everything you do is the best that you do. It's you. It's as good as you. It is a good expression of you. Somebody else is a good expression of them. So, I'm not interested in picking a winner except randomly. Just because he got it, I got to do it somehow. My wife would kill me if I had huge piles of stuff to give away and was constantly going to the post office to mail stuff. It just, my world would collapse under the weight of all that. So, but I will send one of you something. It'll probably, I think it's going to be a book. I think that's what I'll be sending. So, but first of all, I want to go through all these incredible letters that we got, because now I've gotten the technical part of it, I hope, figured out, and we can go through and have a look at this. All right. So I'm just going to show you them quickly and roughly, because there were a lot of them, and we took pictures of all of them. So this is, I'm sorry, let me go back. This is Benet Sotello. Look at that great drawing of a fountain pen. And there's a drawing of me as a stamp above it, so that's nice. It's about time that the Postal Service brought out the Sketchbooks Tool series of stamps featuring me. No. This is supposed to skew the deck, but no. This is a straight game. We pick the winner randomly. But I love this. Look at these little inset visuals and circles telling me why Benet should get this book. And here's something from Jane May, which is very interesting. You notice the hieroglyphics on the outside? Hieroglyphics throughout. I haven't been able to interpret them. My Egyptian's a little rusty, but she explains inside that she's been going on these virtual drawing trips. It's something we've been doing on the schoolyard at Sketchbook School, is picking up a random place, not a random place, but an interesting exotic place that we'd like to travel to, and then going there virtually and creating journals about it. And that's what she did. So she just did an ancient Egyptian walking tour. Pretty cool. Janice, I love Janice, and she is a really active member of Spark. She is, in fact, is leading Watercolor Wednesday, which just happened last night. It was brilliant, as it always is. You learn so much from Janice. And she also sent me this beautiful letter with wildflowers from Texas on it and bees. And a beautiful little card with a bee painted on it. And then inside, be careful in the tall grass, a little rattlesnake hiding inside the envelope. Isn't that cool? All right, what else do we have? Jim Wright. Jim sent... Ooh, I like this. See, Jim, we have been talking about the fact that Jim loves fishing, and I'd been encouraging Jim to paint the side of his car with a giant trout. So I think this is his sketch. I'm thinking that this weekend he's probably going to get out there and start painting the car with that trout. And this is a little letter that he drew with the Spark family of all the folks who are part of Spark. That is really nice. Love that. All right. Lasson. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Lasson Sledge. And this, look, I like this, the use of rubber stamps in here too. This is like, had a whole booklet in it. It's just beautiful. Mixed media, fantastic stuff. I just love all the effort that people put into these things to express themselves and to tell me the stories of their lives. It's just so fascinating. I love getting letters. Lydia made beautiful mixed media stuff out of flowers and leaves. How cool is that? Really abstract and interesting materials. Great stuff. And that's something you can't do on an email, is use this kind of exotic stuff and use, I guess she is using emoticons in there, so, or emojis, so. Marilyn, again, really great lettering on the outside. Beautiful, look at that. Love this quote. Creativity is piercing the mundane to find the marvelous. Sketchbook page. MC sent these little watercolors of chickens. And a chicken on the back. So cute, right? Kate Buke sent me I look, people send little stickers and things like that, drop them into the envelope. That was so sweet. Photos of her at SketchCon, meeting other people from sketchbook school. It's just amazing, this community that we have, isn't it? It's just endless and rich. Nora Wynant, fund our postal service. Well, she did by buying a stamp, but yes, we could do more, I guess, to support the postal service. And look at this. She wrote this on a typewriter, old typewriter. She drew the typewriter. Look at how beautiful it is. Love the quality of that writing and the fact that she did that watercolor in the middle of it. Just love seeing old typewriters like that. Rebecca drew a couple stamps, one of which was real. Postal Service knew which one to cancel. Again, more stickers and photos and notes. I just love that. Renee sent me a postcard. Rose-themed postcards. So nice, right? Just great design, too. Really cool. Free and interesting. Retta, clues. Beautiful letter. She's encouraging me to expand my musical tastes, I guess. And talking about the songs and that meant a lot to her. And I love getting recommendations for anything. Movies, music, books, art supplies, you name it. So it's cool to hear from her. My old buddy Bob Spinola sent me a great letter with little rubber stamps. And that was exciting to get, with a drawing of a chicken. What is it with chickens, people? I don't know. I guess I'm a little red rooster. And look at this quote. A year from now, you'll be glad you started when you did. It's true, particularly when it comes to art making. Suzanne sent this digital mixed media thing that was really cool and folded out. And it was very interesting. Tracy Fox from Yorkshire. This is not a very clear photo, unfortunately, of it, but really great, really nice letter with, I forget what those letters are called when you replace words with kind of emoji, but what are those things called? If anybody remembers, please tell me. And finally, as I said, we randomly picked one, and this was the winner. I think it also deserved to be a winner, from Fran Cooper. First of all, look at my name. Pretty snazzy, pretty snazzy. And then look, this letter is, I don't know, it's a three-dimensional letter, is all I can say. It's a house that you open up and it folds out into rooms. Come on. This is super cool. Rebus. Yes, thank you. Rebus? Rhombus? Rhombus. Rebus? I don't know. Rebus. Okay, the Rebuses have it. But look at this. Doesn't she deserve to win? Look, every room in the house, three-dimensional. I mean, it's just ingenious and it's gorgeous. So it's like you set it up as a little thing. Just gorgeous. So, yeah. So I think we picked randomly somebody who's great, but everybody deserved to be a winner. And it was just so nice. And thank you all for writing to me. I'm really touched by it. Morgan enjoyed them as well. Getting mail, there's nothing better. And if you want to get it, you got to send it. So really cool. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to today's assignment. And that is, I thought it would be cool to draw the Earth. The planet, that is. The planet that we live on. To draw it, to figure out, can you draw it? First I thought, could we draw it from our memories? But I've been taxing your memories a lot recently, with various assignments. So I think instead I'm going to give you a bit of reference. Let me see, is this the right button? I want to make sure that I do this correctly. It is. Okay. So here's what I was thinking. Give me 1 second to just get this organized for full impact. All right. So what I was thinking is, here's the Earth. Here's my paper. There's me in the corner. There's me in the corner, losing my religion. Anyway, I thought, okay, this is relatively hard to do, to draw that, but let's make it even more challenging and interesting this way. You see what I've done here? I have done the impossible. I've turned the world upside down. It seems appropriate today for today's world too, don't you think? To draw this world upside down. What do you think? Can we do it? Because this, I mean, as we know, drawing upside down is a challenge to our left brain, right brain dynamics, because we're not able to just say, yeah, that's a nose, that's a wheel, that's a wing. I know how to draw those, or I know what the symbol is for those. And similarly, when it comes to the planet, we think we know it. We think we know it. It's still right side up for you guys? Seriously. Oh no. Is it really? It's not upside down. Okay. Give me 1 second and I will try and fix that, because that is odd. It looks upside down to me. Really, this thing above here is not upside down? How could that be? Not upside down. All right. Well, I'm not sure why that happened, but then let's draw it right side up. It's upside down for me, which was going to make it doubly hard. So I'm going to draw it upside down, and you all can deal with this. Is there any way? I'm not sure what happened. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. Here's what happened. How's that? Now is it right side up? I mean, now is it upside down? It's right that it's upside down? Correct. All right. Originally, I was going to draw the globe as opposed to a map. But then I thought, that's not right for most of us. for some of us. What part of the sphere would I choose? So I'm going with this whole thing. Woof. It's going to be a challenge. It's going to be interesting, but we can do it. We can do it. I know we can. I'm going to leave it up there, and I'm just going to start drawing. Gosh, I don't even know where to start. Okay, I'm going to start up here. I'm going to give you an aerial view of the Earth as seen from a satellite. And I'm going to just start drawing this thing. See, the trick for me is going to be, I'm going to try to avoid saying what I think it is. So yell at me if you hear me say, oh, and now I'm drawing Uruguay. Because my intention is to try and just focus on the shapes. As it should be, whenever we draw, we want to focus on the shapes, not on the names. How are you doing? Is this reference big enough for you? I struggled with it because of the shape of it. I couldn't figure out how to get it all on screen so that you could see it and my drawing. I mean, I could just disappear with my drawing, but then it wouldn't really be drawing with me. So I figure if worse comes to worse, you can download your own damn map. But seriously. Yeah, this is interesting. These are some cool shapes too. These are not shapes that they're not shapes of other things. They're not shapes of familiar things. They're just kind of interesting lines, contours. Yeah. What is your inner critic saying right now? Is it freaking? Or what are you doing? You're completely wrong. That's not what that is supposed to look like. Well, guess what? I don't think that my inner critic really knows what the globe looks like upside down. So there. I'm willing to go on record saying that. Sorry, monkey. I know you think you know everything, but this I don't think you know. What? Have you, I knew this guy, and he could draw a map of the United States, state by state, from his head. Like did he draw them alphabetically? No. Yeah, maybe he did. Yes, I think that's what he might have done. So he would just start drawing. Like here's a square, and that's Idaho, and now I'm going to draw Illinois, and then he would have an entire map of the United States done state by state, and it was perfect. All the pieces fit together. He was some kind of a savant. All right, my inner critic is going absolutely berserk. You heard that barking before? That was not Twiglet. That was the monkey barking and saying, you're completely wrong. Everything you're doing is screwed up. That's not that shape. Now he stopped. Oops, I almost left out this thing, which we will name later on. What do you think so far? Oh, yeah, you want to see something cool? How you like me now, people? Yes, this is one of the many innovations that I've added to Sketchbook School to draw with me. But we're going to go back. We need to see the reference, so stop fooling around, all right? Stop fooling around. Get back to the reference. Sorry, guys. I just had to show off that cool feature. That side camera. One day that'll come in handy when we're not drawing from reference, and you say, I wonder what the back of Danny's hairy arm looks like when he's drawing. I will deliver that to you. And you will say, my God, that was an extraordinary experience. I learned so much from that extra camera angle. You know, the thing about this angle on the map, and I've seen some people see this angle on the map as a political statement, really. You know, so often we see like the Western Hemisphere in the center of the map, right? The center and the top of the map. Whereas look at how different things look when that's not your point of view. About to run out of paper here. I think I'm going to actually just fit it in. Uh-oh. I just cut off Sarah Palin. No. Shouldn't have said that. You didn't stop me. Did you? You didn't stop me from identifying the location of my pen. Whew, that was exhausting, invigorating, enervating. Sorry. Okay. Are you still doing it? Should I wait another minute for you to keep going? All right. I will. Before I reveal mine by turning it around. All right. I think that's it. You're out of time. Because I'm itching to turn this thing around. Huh. Well then, what do you think? Australia, a little bit weird down there. Africa, a little bit on a diet. This part of Europe, Russia, should probably be a bit bigger. A little bit slender stiletto heel here on the bottom. But, and of course, this map didn't contain the North Pole or Antarctica. But nonetheless, kind of interesting, right? I'm not unhappy with that. All right. So, feel free to put Antarctica in Maryland. Of course. I mean, let's get real. We need that. We need it so that it can melt and completely change this outline. That was interesting. All right. Yes. Okay, well, if you want, I'll share this map with you somehow. So, all right. So that was fun. That was interesting. What do you think? Were you surprised? Have you gotten to the part where you've turned it around? I want to keep working on this thing as a thing because it's sort of interesting having a little wonky planet as a celebration of Earth Day, and so I'm going to continue working on that. I might color it in, or I might. Oh, here would be the thing. Try and draw in the outline, the borders of all the countries. Absolutely impossible, probably, right? Yeah. Yeah. Which one? Could you draw at least the outline of your country? Or would that be a little kind of, here's my country. Tell with the rest of the world they're just a bunch of land masses. But there it is. There's Paraguay. No, don't do it. Don't do it. We are one planet. That's the whole point of Earth Day, right? The whole point is to celebrate the planet, the fact that we're all on this planet. That's the cool part of it. So we want to stay there. We want to stay as one. So, all right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little exercise, and that you will continue to work on your planet, and that you'll share it with me. I need to see it. Chris says, bet someone that they can't, easy bar trick to win a beer, and bet someone they can't name all 50 states in 5 minutes. Yeah, but how would you keep track of it? I guess you count them off and make sure they didn't say like, Nebraska twice or something. I'll share the reference. Yeah, I'll put it down here. I mean, look, honestly, what I did is what you could do. I just Googled Earth map, came up with a thing, so you could anybody could do it. So yeah, what else were we going to talk about? I was going to tell you that I wanted you to share your bit with me, your map, by putting it on social media and putting that hashtag SBS Draw with me so that I can find it. And next week we can make a little film of the Earth for Earth Day. All right. So I'll see you hopefully tonight at, of course, at Q&R. I'll see you there. And it's free, as I said. It's free. You'll definitely learn and be inspired. So any worst comes to worst, watch the recording. So I would definitely do that. Go to QA plein air. I before E except after C. Plein air doesn't have a C. It's French. I don't really know. But spell it correctly if you'd like to go. All right. Thanks again to Winsor Newton for sponsoring Q&R. Thanks to Hanamulla for teasing us with that super cool paper. I want to see it arrive on my doorstep so I can start using it. What else? Oh yeah, down below in the description, there's a link to find out more about that Hanamulla paper if you'd like to. And I think it's just coming out right now, so it may or may not be available yet to you, but it should be. And it will be soon because it's very interesting and cool. So, all right, guys. Thank you all. Spark members, I'll see you in the after party in about 20 minutes. We will continue to work on our maps, but also I have some other cool things to tell you about. And I look forward to seeing you there. Everybody else, see you tonight or next Thursday, or I don't know. There's plenty of places I'll see you. I'll see you on Friday when I send you my email. Oh my God. Yes. Remember, you signed up for the emails? That's right. You signed up to get a weekly email from me. You're getting it. So, or Monday on the podcast. Sick of me yet? I am. Utterly. See you guys next week. Thank you for joining me.